Hi, here we are in the dark again. But I've discovered a lens for the projector, which is, of course, it makes sense why the image wasn't clear because the lens wasn't in the on the projector. So it was just screening out a big blur, and I was like, this is wrong. So kind of wanted to see see it in action, and it wasn't working properly. So I found the lens nonetheless. So here it is. It's This is very interesting because, as you can see, it reverses the image, but it's interesting. Like, whoa, it reveals so much. Like, isn't that interesting? Whoa, wow. Like, the image is reversed as you get farther away from the camera of the computer. That is so interesting. Oh, God. So when I found it, I quickly kind of put it over the projector, and it made this really interesting kind of image. I don't know, it was like interesting. Can you see it? Okay, let me move to the other side so you all can see it. Um, it's like so interesting how like more light shines through the lens onto the wall outside. It's like, whoa. And of course, the image clears up once I put it um, against the lens, or the lens against the, and it makes sense. What does it do if it was reversed? Nothing. Oh no, I don't want to have the lens yet because I'm gonna rise the projector for a second, lift it up or whatever. But this is really interesting discovery. Things like this that happen in the studio are just like so intriguing to me because of how much they reveal, how much they reveal, in terms of insight into the mind, like the mind of the artist, but also like just the mind in general. Because with I critically thought about like, well, why isn't the image working? Is it the cable? And then, right, it's like the studio is like this place of both like a way to kind of like think about ourselves critically through this through thought and a priori and a posteriori knowledge, and it's interesting that through practice we can sort of hone that a little bit further. So I was just kind of interested in the lens as a way to sort of like bifurcate. Sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that word right. To kind of divide this idea of both like these different types of knowledge. And I'm gonna lower the computer for a second because I'm really interested in like the actual image being represented, or the image sort of like coming through. And I hope the lens doesn't fall because it's nothing is really holding it in place. I think. Shoot, something fell. Nonetheless, the image is better now. So technically, there I am. You can see me now a little bit better. I want to rotate it. Oh shit. Okay, you still can't see very well, but it looks better. So you can see me twice, which is like remarkable. And that's what I was in the first video, um, sort of seeing an image of me, but it's reversed. It's interesting how that occurs. Sorry, I lost something. But nonetheless, I think it's just really cool that yeah, the image is reversed, and I'm thinking also about ways of like projecting onto it. Like, what if I was to project onto a canvas? I can't really see it that well, but the light is so bright. But what if you could? I don't know. It's just like so interesting. We, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with this piece because I really am collecting all these objects and trying to think about the home and displacement and how like the home can be both this place of comfort but also discomfort and how it sort of how it constructs identity. I'm really interested in that as well. But yeah, I don't know what else to do, but I was really interested in this um, kind of moment, and I thought I use a video to kind of capture that. Um, and these, I think, for me, are kind of turning in more artistic. Like they're becoming more creative, but they're also very. I'm thinking about this logically too. Like I don't want to just make a video just to make a video. I want to use a video to document my experience as I'm sort of like thinking through things, right? Like trying to connect all these points in my practice, like with video, like how I'm thinking, what I'm thinking, and then just like these aspects of my practice that have to do are ingrained in tradition, like in painting and in drawing, and also thinking about that as well. But kind of, I was always interested in both these ideas of like experimenting in art and then also like using traditional techniques as a way to kind of explore our thoughts. So I think every day more and more, I feel like it seems like I'm gauging both together, but at the same time, I feel like perhaps I'm not. Perhaps I'm trying to separate them, but nonetheless, I don't know. Nonetheless, this is kind of an experiment, so I'm sort of interested in experimenting. But I kind of want to stand next to this because this is so interesting to me. Like, what if I was just like in the face of this, and then like, how interesting is that? Like, I mean, I guess you can barely see much, but um, I guess I could move this thing here that I have. I'm gonna move this for really quickly, and then I'm just gonna be out. I just really wanna see how this looks because I'm very interested in sort of picturing, my train of thought, and then kind of like having these moments of beauty, sort of like, oh, it is so blurry. It's kind of incredibly blurry, and I don't know if it's a good thing or like, oh, I wonder if I could, nonetheless, I'm gonna stop the video now.